Today I'm going to introduce Module 6 Inventory. It contains 4 parts. We will focus on Session A today. Session A is talking about inventory goal, tabs, policy, item segmentation, here which is specified ABC inventory. I'm talking about the purpose and goals of inventory. The definition of inventory defined from AICM Supply Chain Dictionary, that is, those stock or items used to support production, include raw material, working process order, items, supporting activity, maintenance, repair, and operating suppliers and customer service, finished goods, and spare part. Demand for inventory may be dependent or independent. Inventory functions are anticipation, hedge, cycle, means lot size, fluctuation, safety, buffer or reverse, transportation, pipeline, and service part. The AICM Supply Chain Dictionary defines inventory management as the branch of business management concerned with planning and controlling inventory. There are 2 levels of inventory, that is aggregated level and item inventory. The purpose of inventory and inventory management can include better customer service, greater operating efficiency. If we move on to inventory type and classification, that include, based on the definition of AICM supply chain, that includes raw material, working process, finished goods, distribution inventory, maintenance, repair, and operating MRO supplier. Pay attention to the definition. MRO supplies is the item used in supporting or generating operation and maintenance, such as maintenance supplies, spare parts, and consumable used in the manufacturing purpose or process and supporting operation. Service part, that is the term related to finished goods and MRO supplies, is defined in the AICM supply chain as those modules, components, and elements that are planned to be used without modification to replace an original part. Functions of inventory that include safety stock, decoupling, buffers, anticipation inventory, lot size inventory, transportation inventory, hedge inventory. Definition of, and the next part is talking about what is the total inventory. Total inventory includes productive inventory, protective inventory, and excess inventory. Key definition, that is inactive inventory, defined in AICM Supply Chain Dictionary. First, that is the stock designated as in excess of consumption within a defined period. 2. Stock of items that have not been used for a defined period. Distressed goods are defined as products that are damaged or close to their expiry date and cannot be sold for full price. For inventory policy, that is the statement of company's goal and approach to the management of inventory. And the AICM Supply Chain Dictionary defines inventory control as the activity and the techniques of maintaining the desired level of item whether raw material, working process, or finished goods. Another definition that is wall-to-wall inventory, which is an inventory management technique in which material enters a plant and is processed through the plant into finished goods without even having entered a formal stock area. The last part, which is inventory classification, which is specifically talking about ABC inventory control. ABC classification, we also call this ABC analysis. The definition is a group of items in decreasing orders of annual dollar volume, price multiplied by projected volume, or order criteria. This area is then split into three classes called A, B, and C. Although the ABC principle is applicable to inventory, purchasing, and sales. ABC classification can be called ABC inventory control. ABC inventory control is concerned with determining the relative importance of inventory and the level of control that is required. As I just described, those are the main part for the inventory planning, where I just described the first part, inventory planning. Looking at the quiz, I could see there are some questions I need to pay special attention. For instance, which would be a logical inventory policy for C item according to ABC classification? The right answer is order in bulk as infrequently as possible. Next question, referring to the cost in the table below, which is the best way to categorize the inventory cost? The answer should be anticipation inventory. Material is staged for which of the following reasons? The answer should be to minimize the impact of inventory errors. Next question, which is a positive benefit that can be realized by implementing a new raw material ordering system that reduces the total lead time of in-transit inventory by a full day? The answer is raw material inventory level holds at a plant for decoupling purpose can be reduced. Which function role is most likely to oppose increasing multiple working process buffer sizes after a series of missed customer order? Which is finance. Which is the best description of the stock keeping units SKU if all examples are SKU for a distribution center? Televisions on display and identical boxed module at the same location are the same SKU. What are the service part? Module, component, and element, they are planned to be used without modification to replace an original part. Next question, a reseller of theater ticket has an inventory of 2,000 tickets for a play that is scheduled to start in 8 hours. Which of the following would be the most appropriate classification of the inventory of the ticket? The answer should be distressed, because distressed goods are products that are damaged or close to their expiry date and cannot be sold at full price. Moving on, a make-to-order organization sell primary clothing that comes to a wide variety of size. What sort of inventory policy would be best for this organization? The answer is risk pooling. Products that have many different SKUs, such as size of shirts, or generate large inventory unless inventory is centralized. Risk pooling describes a method of centralization inventory. Which of the following environment is most unlikely the others from the operational perspective. The right answer is synchronized production. Synchronized production is a philosophy that can be implemented in a number of ways. The others are all production processes. Which of the following can cause problem in inventory loss mitigation? The answer should be special exceptions for control.